No matter where I am in the world, I have access to all these amazing creators on one platform in an instant. And that, I think, is the core engineer, the power of an open platform that has been powering YouTube for the last 15 years. Have you ever wondered who is behind the screen, guiding the destiny of one of the most influential platforms in cyberspace? We dive into the mysterious universe of YouTube CEO Neal Mohan. What secrets does the digital visionary hide? Get ready to discover the ins and outs of his mastermind as we explore the world of creativity, innovation, and the challenge he faced in the constant quest to redefine the online content landscape. This is Behind the Code, the enigma of Neal Mohan. Let's begin to unravel the digital fabric of YouTube. I am Molly Tamara, journalist and writer, and this is Talk on Talk. This Wednesday's selection is dedicated to technology and reflecting on Neal Mohan. According to my research and according to Wikipedia, Mohan was born in Lafayette, Indiana. He spent most of his childhood growing up in the United States before moving to India during the adolescence. By the 90s, he moved back to the USA and attended Stanford University. Following his graduation in 96, he worked at Accenture before joining a startup called NetGravity. After returning to Stanford in 2003 to pursue his MBA, NetGravity parent company DoubleClick, which had acquired the company in 1997, began to undergo serious issues stemming from another 1990 acquisition of Abacus Direct. This ultimately led to the merger being effectively annulled. Mohan was enlisted by David Rosenblatt, who had become DoubleClick's new CEO in the wake of the split, to work at the company in 2005. Together, they oriented the company. Their vision and plan said to still have an influence on Google operations. DoubleClick was acquired by Google in 2007, an acquisition largely oriented by Google executive Sachin Wojcicki. She and Mohan extensively worked together for the next 15 years. In 2015, Mohan became the CPO, the Chief Product Officer of YouTube. But after that, Mohan made YouTube even when YouTube became part of Google. According to the old interviews that Mohan made to different medias, to different podcasts, he said that he knows YouTube even when YouTube was a small company. He started to talk with the people that create Google, that direct Google, and he always loved the words Google, the words YouTube have this model and the vision of YouTube. And then Google buy YouTube, and in that space of time, he was working at Google. Throughout the late 2010 and early 2020s, he spearheaded much of the company's ventures, such as YouTube TV, YouTube Music, YouTube Premium, and the recently YouTube Shorts, and YouTube NFTs. Upon Wojcicki's resignation in February of 2023, he succeeded her as CEO of YouTube. Neal said that advertising business models are about scale, and the internet from a very early days has always been about scale, about global audience, people all over the world. Advertising allows you to do that because it enables revenue generation and content production in a way where there is no friction between the consumer of the content and the platform. Neil is a ads veteran. He started working with ads. He's an expert on advertising, coming with all of that to YouTube. And he is creating a new wave. But he knows almost everything about YouTube, and he knows that synergy in YouTube. So we can see in this cute face. This year has such a adorable view and face and spirit, and his spirit feels fresh, feels humble, feels commitment, feels with a beautiful intention for creators, for viewers, and for all YouTube community. And Mohan has already, as I said, 15 years working with YouTube. Is the voice of experience talking to us. In this episode, we are going to share a list of 5 keys for 2024 and the next years that are coming. We are going to share 5 keys that Mohan shared in a letter to his son, and also is published in the YouTube blog. And there are 5 rules in the letter. There is 5 keys, but I add another one that I think there is the most important and one of the essentials. So I feel happy to share this, and also I feel with the commitment that every day we talk about long journeys and about long journeys with big names, because these journeys are the voice of experience talking to us, and nothing better than experience. It's a compelling gameplay into the future, outlining ambitious strategies and visionary plans to shape the digital landscape, and also some of his vision based on experience, as I said, on his long journey with technology and advertising. All this journey starts with artificial intelligence, and how Mohan make emphasis on how artificial intelligence is going to empowering creators, because creative process in making videos is changing forever, and it's gonna change forever. Recognizing the how we are using artificial intelligence to empower human creativity, not just creators, the viewer creativity, and all people that it's using artificial intelligence for the good and trying to create new ideas based on things for help people, to help creativity and improve them, is changing the game right now. Is people that are making history in technology space, and in a few years, as I say, Bill Gates, artificial intelligence is like when was created the internet or the computer. So we need to embrace that and embrace the change, and this thing is changing for the best, for best. I feel positive about it, and there is important recognizing the transformative potential of generative AI. YouTube aims to harness its capabilities to enhance creativity expression rather than replace it. With initiatives like Dream Screams and the Music Eye Incubator, YouTube is paving the way for creators to explore new frontiers of innovation and push the boundaries of storytelling. And Mohan said in this letter that YouTube has been working with artificial intelligence, and most people that work in the company are software engineers. Lots of them machine learning and AI software engineers. And always when they open the app, and always when we open personally the app, we can see the feed of what we want to watch, all the videos we want to watch, and that is created through open AI. No open AI, this big company by Sam Altman, but with artificial intelligence that is open to everyone. But in terms of creation of content, their kind of mantra is how they harness technology with AI to empowering the human creativity. If we are updated with technology news, you maybe are hear about Sora. Sora was launched by OpenAI this week, and Sora is a new AGI artificial generative intelligence that create video in a, oh my goodness, when I saw, I was like, oh my god, this is like a movie. I mean, that we are living, because I'm trying to comprehend it, but you can make a movie. I thought if we want to make to a movie and write a whole script, and then when Sora is launched officially and I transcribe that, it's gonna be a great movie to send to festivals, and that is a great tool for human creativity, as Mohan said, because that opened a complete universe for create, and for create in a so pure way, because if you have this talent of write, you can write a whole movie, a novel, or whatever you want. And if you know how to use the prompts of AI, you're gonna kill in it, because this is a great opportunity to create a whole new world of visual art. And also one of the points Neal touched, and he said, and I open quotes, it's that you can have a truly open platform, the true free speech, if you also don't have some rules on the road. And this is so important, because making emphasis on seeing clearly that AI, of course, have their pros and their contras. And one of the important things that we touch in this episode and in all this program, it's about mental health. And my question is how Neal Mohan is trying to create a safe environment for use AI, and to care about Gen Z and all the youngest generation, the alpha gen. And because this generation is more sensible to all this kind of content, and our lives is around technology and around YouTube, around social media for people that use it. And it's a challenge for Neal that how they gonna take care of mental health and is begin to taking care of the information that is charged in the platform. And for that, the rules are key. If we don't have rules in a community, the dialogue breaks up. So he say that, for example, the conflict in Israel and Gaza that is playing out is a reflection of those rules into the company play, because, or more clearly, what happened in the real world, it's happened into YouTube, because there is more than 2 billion people using the platform. So what is happening in the reality, it's happening in the platform. So this example of this conflict is an example of reflection of that rules, because they understand that our videos into the platforms that people make about recent news, and they trying to open the space for inform. But also there are people that use this material to promote violence, and these kind of videos can, I don't know how to say, can arrive to young hands, to young people, and this is not a easy, a easy topic. But they say that have strictly rules about it, and if a video is directly or indirectly promoting terrorism organization, then those get removed from platform. Also, that videos that are talking about violence, about sexual violence, and all these sensible talks, they are removing from the platform. And it's important to go deep dive about how you to take care of mental health and how mental health on young people is taking care, and what is watching young people and what is watching old people on the platform. So that is a real key point. The practical tip for that is embrace AI and learn how to use it, and empaparse de inteligencia artificial, de cómo funciona, también del idioma inglés, porque muchas de los softwares y de las páginas web y demás funcionan en inglés. Entonces es momento de embrace another language and embrace another language of code. Also, Mohan said that the next step is that they believe and they recognize, and that creators should be recognized at the next generation studios. Creators are no longer just participants, but are actively shaping the future of entertainment. YouTube CEO envisions a future where creators are celebrated as next generation studios, redefining their narrative of traditional entertainment. By investing in diverse monetization avenues and fostering community collaboration through programs like the Creator Collective. There are creators like Mr. Beats, like the team of Mythical Morning, like Ali Afdal, to name a few, that it have this studio structure, like 10 or 100 people. They have pre-production writing rooms. So there is a new kind of studios. A question that Neal answered It's how YouTube next frontier. It's the living room and subscriptions. And he answered that by expanding its subscription services like YouTube TV and YouTube Music. Going deep with this with YouTube TV, the past NFL game, YouTube signed with the NFL for that in the platform the tickets were sold, and a lot of people buy the tickets for the game. There is no a light of maybe that YouTube became in a export view and I don't know how to say this. A ver, en español. No hay aún alguna chispita de que YouTube vaya a firmar con la NFL para poder transmitir los juegos dentro de YouTube, pero sí como para esto que hicieron en el juego pasado de poder vender los tickets a través de advertising on the platform. So YouTube TV and YouTube Music, the platform is taking care and catering on to the involving reference of viewers and creators alike, delivering a seamless and immersive entertainment experience. YouTube TV has more than 8 million subscribers now. And the letter also asks, and why protecting the creator economy is foundational to everything they do. Mohan mentions that YouTube remains steadfast in its commitment to uphold the integrity of its creator community, with initiatives to safeguard online experience for children and combat misinformation. YouTube is dedicated to fostering a safe and responsible digital environment. Mohan described YouTube as the world's most efficient connector of a creative person with their audience, no matter where they are. Also, this creator economy that YouTube starts, actually, YouTube was the first platforms of stream that start with this creator economy that now in the United States is start to begin recognized as a real economy, and also in Latin America it's getting started as a real economy. A lot of people in Latin America, maybe it's yet kind of a skepticism about it, but in the United States, in the UK, this is an economy that are begin thinking for the politicians and for entrepreneurs. And Mohan recognized that creators are not just creators are entrepreneurs, and we need to go back to the one of the last, that why creators should be recognized as the next generation studios, because they are not just content creators, they are building the future of entertainment, and they build a business from YouTube, and then recognize that YouTube is a good place to make business. And advertising business models are about scale, and the internet from the every early days was always been about scales, as I said at the first time. The lack of friction as well as the driver scale is widely accessible product too, because when you go, I don't know, to Mr. Beast channel, you can saw that behind no, in the abajo, en la parte de abajo del video, That is a homework from practice our English abajo, arriba, al lado, a la derecha, to the left, to the right, up and down. You know, the good sign of practicing. The lack of friction as well as driver scale allow for a widely accessible product too, says Mohan. Advertising business models generally keeps access to information, content, and knowledge free. That is the ethos of companies like Google and YouTube, but it's a fundamental ethos of the internet. It's always about fundamentally powering the creation and consumption of all this incredible information. Empowered it has, YouTube now serves more than 2 billion global users, including 50 million of counting paid subscribers between YouTube Premium and YouTube Music. Directly feeding into this growth is the fact that YouTube has taken its partnership with content producers seriously from the start, understanding that the creator economy, is in fact an economy and actively seeking ongoing layered monetization opportunities for those feeling it was the best way to be sustainable scale. And if you want to read all of the letter, you can go directly to the YouTube's blog, or you can see all the sources in our channel Patreon talkONtalk that there is on the description. According to an interview entitled Neal Mohan, CEO of YouTube, from Stanford Graduate School of Business, Neal make emphasis on to be true yourself. And he said that be yourself, your real, true yourself is the most salient thing for success on YouTube. This is the first advice he gives people to ask him what is the secret of the success on the platform. And that sounds cliche, he said, and I said, that sounds cliche, but there is no one like you. I mean, there are 8 billion people in the world, and anyone is like you, like me, like us. And it's not about this hostile culture of do it, do it, do it, do it, but it's a kind of, and doing by yourself and doing it be yourself, because sometimes you need to use that mindset. And not everything is flowers, not everything is the child weight of life. Sometimes it's more to go for it. But here from talkONtalk, we don't think in go for it and die or something like that. From talk to talk, we think that the importance of long process are the key for success also. And the importance of taking and make a road for long drives. If you are thinking to get into your car and drive 5 minutes to the store and buy a Doritos and go back to your house, and that is your goal, this is not for you, this space and this episode. And in general, this project And sometimes I am like that. And I feel like I'm doing my best, I'm doing it well, and I don't believe enough in me, but I need to have that hustle mindset and get inspired every day and listen podcasts and write and read and work and make research and all of it is. And for make all of this, you need to have a hustle mind sometimes. Sometimes you need and have to be more cozy and being at your home with your family, chill. But if you really want something in life, you need to work for it, and you need to think in long process, in terms of long process. And I'm saying this because Mohan has more than 15 years working with YouTube. And more than, I need to say that 16, 17 years knowing YouTube and knowing people's on YouTube. There is also from talkONtalk, we think that, and I have said this before, that repetition is father of learning, and making a work once is the key for learn something, for achieve something, for getting better in something. It's important also make mistakes, in that way we learn, but also be so carefully with the decisions that we take. It's not all about go for it, run, get out of your house, go up of your job. It's not about that. It's about being carefully, schedule your life, put on paper pros and cons of a situation, of a decision, and don't think so fast. Take it slow, and you just need 5 minutes to put on paper pros and cons of something. And also you just need 5 minutes to schedule your week. So it's not beginning in your comfort zone, but it's about beginning your safe place. Because a lot of people talk to us about the winners and of all these histories of people winning, but nobody tell us the stories of people that fail, and there is more stories of people that fail than people that win. So not everything is about creativity. Not always is about creativity, innovation. Mohan said that decision making is most important than everything. He said that he thinks that by having a set of clear goals and principles, it allows for much more efficient and transparent and systematic decision making, and not just for work, for marketing, for creators, for creativities, for creators, but also for day life. Right to how to make section. In today's episode of how to make section is all about practicity. And this week the past week I haven't reading a magazine, a Colombian magazine, called Revista Semana. If you don't know, I am a visual and graphic artist. I have an expertise on collage, and I think that is my first time saying this on this program. I work with magazines. I cut, I paste, I create, and actually I'm looking right now the review, the magazine. And on this magazine that I have on my mind, on my hand, and on my mind also, because all this week I have been thinking about this. And this journalist named Alejandro Marín es el director de la emisora La X, y en su artículo Name, el milagro sueco, lo que comenzó siendo una moda pasajera e intrascendente, se ha convertido en un movimiento del pop. And Alejandro Marín talked in this article about the culture of one of the most creative countries according to statistics, that is Suecia. Y en Suecia se creó un modelo para crear canciones pop y se replicó un modelo para hacer hits musicales. Y en este artículo, Alejandro Marín hace énfasis en que en un libro que leyó, que se llama Outliers, de Malcolm Gladwell, él desarrolla la hipótesis de que para llegar a ser realmente bueno en un oficio, se requieren 10.000 horas de práctica, y cita como ejemplo a los Beatles. Recuerda su famoso paso por Hamburgo, Alemania, donde tocaron alrededor de 10.000 horas, en todo tipo de lugares, y esto les dio la experiencia suficiente para grabar sus primeros éxitos, conquistar Estados Unidos y al mundo occidental. I know that this episode is not about music, but is about constancy and constancia. So the thing is that we need 10,000 hours of practicing for being good at something. And to this I add something else, that we need 10,000 hours of manifestation and 10,000 hours of practicing. And that is how it works. I would to work. And I have this idea on my mind since I read the magazine, and that if we take decisions like this quickly, without, just 100 hours of experience or 200 hours of experience, and we say, yeah, I did it, you get out of your house, you drop out your job, and you say to your wife, this marriage no go to anywhere or something like that, you are wrong, buddy. Because that is a fact based in statistics on science. We need 10,000 hours of practicing. And in this how to make section is tip, an invitation to practice what you love and practice what you are good for. And in a plus for that, if you don't believe in God or something, and if you don't pray, but make that exercise of manifestation and to have that vision of your dream life. I'm dreaming, but also practice. And I make emphasis on this of AI that is important on this episode, because if we are creators and if you are a creator, we need to embrace artificial intelligence. And to begin good artificial intelligence, we need to practice. And the invitation is also for me to practice more about Sora, that is the new and reading and begin update, but also to begin carefully and to schedule and to read and to go for the sources. And the most important of something is sources. If we have the right sources, we have been in the right way, because there is something that is proof that I hear in a podcast, in a book club, and this man says something like, it's not just about being informed about what is next. The most important is read and study the history, because there is something that is cycle and that never change, that is always the same. From the humanity starts from now on 10,000 years after, and it's important to study history to know and recognize what it's repeating right now, and we can copy and steal like an artist. And if we steal like an artist, we know that we are doing something good, copying that. So yeah, the how to win section about today is practice 10,000 hours, manifest 10,000 hours, be carefully, study the history, and still like an artist. We arrived to what is the next question section. In this section, the question of today is, what do you think that is the number one key for navigating and creating a safe space into YouTube? And another one, how do you think that Neal Mohan CEO era on YouTube is gonna be? And saying this, we are arrived to the final of this episode. So I want to say thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoy it. I invite you to like you on YouTube, leave a comment about your thoughts, and provide any advice to help us improve. Also, subscribe, and I invite you in a lovely way to listen us on YouTube and give us 5 stars to the program. This episode, like all other, was created with a lot of love for the project, for tech, and for the community. TalkONtalk is proudly made in Colombia. Every action you take can change your life and will help us keep moving forward. I am Molly Tamara, sending hugs.